Hello everyone. Okay, today we're going to look at dividing fractions and we're going to use a number line to divide our fractions. Okay, I'm going to start with my first problem. So let's say we want to divide 2 divided by 1/3. 2 divided by 1/3. How are we going to do that? Well, let's find out what it's asking. 2 divided by 1/3 is asking how many thirds can go into 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide my number line into thirds. I want to know how many 1/3s can fit into 2. I'll start at 0 and split my number line. So I'll start with making this 1/3 and then we've got 2/3. I'll try and keep the distance the same, and then we've got 3/3. Well, that's the same as 1 whole. And then we'll keep going along another third. So we've got 1 whole and another third. And then we've got 1 whole and 2/3. And then we've got 1 whole and 3/3, which is the same as 2. So how many 1/3s can go into 2? Well, let's do jumps. That's a third, 1 jump. So another third, 2 jumps. 3. Another third, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, and up to 2, we've got 6 whole jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the answer is 6 jumps, or 6. So 6 1/3s go into 2. Okay, now let's try another one. It may seem a little more complicated initially. Let's say we want 5/8 and we want to divide it by 1/4. How are we going to do that? 5/8 divided by 1/4 using our number line. Now, in a previous video, I talked about equivalent fractions. The problem here is that the denominators, the bottom number, so we've got the denominators, are different. And we want to make the denominators the same so we can solve this problem. So let's take 1/4. How are we going to get that denominator into 8, so something over 8? Well, what we can do is we can times the numerator, the top number, and the denominator by 2. And then we will get 1 times 2 is 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. So 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. So let's rewrite our problem. So we have 5 over 8 divided by 1/4, which remember is the same as 2 over 8. Now, that's a bit better. So this problem is asking us how many 2/8s will fit into 5/8. So I'm now going to divide my number line into 8s. So let's start with 0. And I've got, I'm going to make this one 1/8. 2/8 here. I'm going to go 3/8, 4, and then we are interested in this one. I'm going to put this one up here, 5/8. Then I'm going to carry along. We've got 6/8, and we've got 7/8, and then finally we've got 8/8. Now 8/8 is the same as 1 whole. Okay, so let's see how many 2/8s can fit into 5/8. So let's do our jumps. We've got, well, 1, 2, that's 2/8 there. That's 1 jump. We have another 2/8 there. So we've got 1 jump, 2 whole jumps. And then we've got, oh, we stop there and we can come down here. But we can't come down here. We need to stop here. So how much of that jump do we go across to reach 5/8? 1, 2, well, can we see that it's half a jump? Half a jump here. So the answer is 2 whole jumps and a half. Or 2.5. Put that into your calculator, 5 over 8 divided by 2 over 8, and see if you get 2.5. Now, what I'd like you to do is the same method, but I would like you to have a go at 5/6 divided by 2/3. What is that going to be equal to? Can you have a go? And let me know.